everyone, Laura with We Met to Wirework and More here, and today I'm going to show you how to make these super cute little 2x4 wood block bunnies. And while I have you, I would ask if you enjoy this video, please give us the thumbs up. It really helps out our channel a lot. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and leave me your comments. I really love to hear from you guys. The materials we are using for our project today is primarily a 2x4 wooden block, and this one I went ahead and painted just to move the project along a little bit faster. And this is what it looks like without being painted. This one is 10 inches high, and this one is 8 inches high. And I've also done a little one that is 12 inches high. So I'm actually quite liking the 10-inch high block itself, but certainly experiment and see what you can come up with. We have a little prefab wooden heart. This is going to be his nose. Glue gun. White acrylic paint, pink and black acrylic paint, black wire, it can be any color. This is just a utility wire. We have a knitting needle, snips, pair of scissors, a strip of flannel, and this you can also experiment with, but this one is just about 12 inches long, and then a little piece of burlap. This is left over from some Christmas projects that I had, and I just cut it so that it fit inside of the white. This is some burlap tape, so this has adhesive on it that comes off, and I've cut this one too. 9 inches, and then a couple of other ones that are cut to about 2.5 inches each. All right, so let's get started. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to apply a little bit of pink paint to our nose, but also to our burlap here, and that's going to be the inside of our bunny's ears. So I'm just going to take that little bit of paint on here, and this one you want to coat well, but not super thick, because we still want it to be dry enough so that when we apply it to our bunny, that we're not getting paint all over the place. Okay, so now probably going, Laura, what the heck you doing? But I'm just wiping off my paint. This is all going to be pink anyway. So we're just going to take our pink paint, and we're just going to start to dry brush it. And just to show you guys, this is the paint that I used on our block, and it's actually quite nice because it's quite thick compared to just your regular acrylic paint. So that is what we painted our block with. So now we're going to just set this off to the side as well. We're going to take this, and we're just going to fold it together. And like I said, this was a remnant. This was left over from Christmas crafts that I had done. So I just folded it lightly in half, and what we want to do is we want to just take, and we want to give the end of this burlap just a bit of a curve to make the tops of our bunny ears. And laying our bunny ears down. Just going to take our scissors, and we're going to just trim around so that we have about, I don't know, a centimeter or so, I guess, of the white felt. Okay. And then just taking our glue gun, we're just going to put a dab of glue right there, just to hold that in place. And then another one here, just to hold it in place. All right, there are our bunny ears. So we're going to just take a bit of this ribbon, and you could use thread or even tape as far as that goes. This is just tying our bunny ears together. The ribbon's kind of nice because if you see this center part, then all you're seeing is the ribbon that is going to tie it in with the rest of the project. Okay, there's that. So now, because we want our ears to stand straight up, we're going to take a bit of glue, just put a bead of it in here. It actually was quite a bit, but that's okay. And then we just put it together, smush it, hold it in place there. And these we'll probably have to adjust once we actually have them on our bunny, but that gives you the idea of how it's going to look, just like that. Super cute. All right, so we have our ears roughed out, we have our nose, we have the body of our bunny. So now, since we got the glue gun going, we are going to, thought I had another piece of this here. I don't at the moment, so I guess we'll worry about that in a bit. So to make the bow, all we do is take our, and like I said, I think this was a 9-inch, yep, 9-inch piece of burlap, and it does have this the paper on here because it's sticky. It is a burlap tape, so you can remove it or not. It's entirely up to you. And then we just quite simply fold it over, and then fold it over again. If you leave the paper on it, then these loops won't end up squished together, but because we took it off, it will end up flattened. And either way is okay. Okay, we're going to just manipulate it, soften it up a little bit, because it is quite stiff. It's almost like cardboard. All right, and then we're going to take our ribbon once again, put a little dab of glue here, pop in the end on there. I'm just going to run this through the center. Back to the originating point. Just give it a little bit of glue. Right there. And then we can snip it off. Just like so. And then just give a little dollop of glue there in the center. Hold it all in place. Okay, so for these, which is going to be the tail of our ribbons, just cut that V in it. And these ones we're going to leave the tape on the back. Cutting that V in there. And then same thing is we're going to take our ribbon, put a little dollop of glue there. Put our ribbon there, and then we're just pulling it firmly across the center of our burlap piece. Another little bit of glue here. And I'm going to snip it off. So you see how that's going to come together. All right, so this is going to be the bow. You see the ears, the bow, the nose. He's coming together pretty cute. So now we're going to make the whiskers, and here's our wire. And I'm going to just grab a piece of paper towel. This tends to be pretty dirty. So wiping it off. And there's no set amount for these whiskers. So we take our knitting needle and we just start to wind this wire around it fairly loosely. We don't have the wires close together. So we're going to make 3 of these. Now when we put them on our bunny, we do want the ends to protrude, so that's probably a really good length. So measuring that, it is about 5.5 inches or so. For that, you can just snip that off. Pull it off. Easy peasy. Such an easy technique. All right, here's the center of our bow. So it's the exact same material as our burlap bow, which is, like I said, a sticky backed burlap. Eek, 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 eek. Okay, we'll do that. So what we'll do before we go any further is just take our bow, the top part of our bow, and we're going to just continue once again to manipulate that center part there, and then pushing it in, taking this sticky piece of burlap and wrapping it around our bow. And I would say, first of all, let's make sure it's centered, but it's fighting back. Okay. There we go. Awesome. And even though it's sticky, we're going to put a little bit of glue in there. That was actually quite a bit, but so watch your fingers, guys. As we all know, it gets pretty hot, stays hot. Okay, awesome. So we're going to start to put our bunny together. Now taking our, this is the top because it's painted, this one is not. So taking our block of wood, we're going to just put a really nice gob of hot glue on there. I suggest letting it cool for a moment or two, blowing on it. And then we just take our ears, we just pop them on there. Okay, I want to make sure those are on really well. And these now we can trim once we've got everything nicely glued. Okay, so we'll do that right now. Right, our bunny has her ears, and this is where our bow is going to go, just like that. And then these here, so instead of gluing them like this, which I mean is fine, what I like to do is just to cut a little nip out of each corner on these. And this is going to allow us to tuck them up in here a little bit further, and it's less to glue. So let's start with this first. Some glue in here a little bit along the bottom. Right, and then we're going to take our little ends of our bows. We're going to tuck it in up underneath that as well. So that little tail, that little nip there, just allows us to get it up a little bit further underneath our bow. So now we are going to determine where our nose and our whiskers are going to go. So just placing them for the moment. I like that. I think that's super cute. So just making note of where that is. I've reintroduced our paintbrush with the cloth or the paper towel that we had used to blot it, and we just want to do a little bit of pink here for cheeks. And it's a pretty dry brush, so we just want to work it. Just keep working it in circles to give us our cute little cheeks. Awesome. All right, so now we need a nice big goop of glue here in the center. And make sure our gun is loaded up. And then we're just start to lay our wires. Taking our nose and popping it in on top. Now this one, there's a lot of glue on there, so this is going to need a couple of minutes to really set up well. And that's why I did the painted the block in advance as well, is not just a time saver, but this has got to be super dry to make sure that all of this stuff is going to stick. Now hot glue has a tendency to come off of painted surfaces, so if you wanted to go in and reinforce everything that you've done with white glue once everything is set, that would be fine. Okay, so now I'm just going to get in here and just make sure Really everything is attached with the glue. All right, awesome. So now, just the final step is going to be to give her some eyes. I'm going to just dip straight into the paint bottle. So I want a really good, super good, well coated brush, the end of the brush. So there you go, guys. There are our super cute little 2x4 wood block bunnies. And I'd like to ask if you can give us a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. It helps our channel a lot. And please subscribe to see more. And certainly leave me your comments and hit the bell so that you get notifications when we come up with these really fantastic projects. So thanks again for popping by and seeing what I'm up to, and I hope you have a fantastic day.